Here are the rules for the video. I hope you enjoy. The challenge starts in World War II. Immediately, the game forces the player to use the rifle, and before you think about leaving the video, this was the last time it was ever used. Next, I climb into this building, blow up a few Germans, and make my way through this hellhole. This C96 pistol is really cool. Too bad I don't get to use it until Chapter 14, which is at the end of the game. At the top of this building is an MG42 that you have to use to defend the town hall from the enemies. This isn't cheating the challenge because 1, it's mandatory to progress, and 2, it isn't a normal weapon you can pick up. After 2 years, Vito returns and meets up with his best friend Joe. After that, Vito says hi to his sister and mom. He's probably gonna crash here for a week.
This ain't gonna cut it. I gotta find a place to stay.
Damn, Vito. I put on a nice white suit that makes him look like a Japanese gangster and headed out to find a nice job. Turns out that Vito really needs one because a loan shark enforcer is threatening Vito's sister, Francesca. Let's teach this idiot a lesson. Yeah. Beat him up. Francesca explains that Vito's deadbeat dad owed some money to a couple of loan sharks.
I bet Joe could help me out.
At Joe's apartment, I find the first special magazine.
Oh, yeah.
Joe says we can make some money by stealing a car from quote-unquote moolies. His words, not mine. These people are very aggressive.
Hey, what you doing, motherfucker?
Before you get to pick the lock, 2 guys run outside and start shooting at you. When you do get into the car and bust out of this gate, a car with 2 maniacs crashes right into you. Because I was playing on hard difficulty, it took me around 10 attempts to beat this part. Vito and Joe sell the car we stole to Brewski, and Joe takes 50%. It's a start, but we still need to make 1,700 more. So I paid a visit to this fat guy who gives me a job loading boxes onto trucks. But who wants to do that? So I slapped his guys around and left. Joe, being the best friend in the world, has another opportunity for me. This guy, Henry, wants me to steal some gas stamps. This mission is only easy if you know what you're doing. If you sneak your way past these guards and go down into the basement, you can find a switch that disables the safe alarm. After that, you can just walk right up and...
Shit, I need the key to open it.
Going back for them was a little scary. I almost got caught by the guards. They're barely visible. Years of playing Metal Gear Solid are finally paying off. The normal way you're supposed to leave is through this window. But to make the challenge more interesting, I decided to go through the secret basement opening, and I almost got in the process. Only to find that the stamps are about to expire at midnight, and holy hell, that means I have to drive on icy roads with a time limit and with simulation driving mode on. If you don't know, simulation driving makes the driving way more realistic, if you can call doing snow donuts realistic. The gas stations are separated by just enough space so that you can finish with a sliver of time left. I gotta get some rest. When Vito wakes up, Joe has another job for the both of us. We have to rob a jewelry store in a mall. Before we can get our hands on the goods, an Irish gang barges in and starts shooting. This alerts the police, so now we need to escape. This door is locked, so I have to protect Joe while he breaks the lock. I don't think it's necessary to shoot them because the police will take care of that for you. They'll take care of you too if you don't move quickly. When you get to the top of the mall, you're supposed to cross over to the next building with Joe after you fend off some cops. I shot one, and I thought he was the only one chasing me because no one else was shooting at me. I was really confused. Why couldn't I continue? What if I shoot at this cop casually T-posing down here? Nope, that's not working. Let me backtrack a little. Shot him dead like a Viet Cong prisoner. I hadn't played this game in a while, so I forgot how buggy it can be. You have to run to the stairs and shoot the cops from the doorway. Then you can pass. Before we can escape, the game introduces us to shotguns. Due to my skillful dodging, I didn't get shot. In Chapter 5, Vito and the gang have to hunt down the Fat Man. Similar to the end of Chapter 1, the game wants you to use an MG42. However, you can put it down and use your pistol instead. The pistol is not powerful enough to explode the car though. Joe's voice line will still play like you've been using the machine gun.
Stop shooting that fucking thing! I'm going deaf over here!
Getting past these guys isn't too hard because they allow you to get close to them. Inside the brewery is even crazier. Molotovs getting thrown at you, shotguns, Tommy guns. It's easy to die in less than 2 seconds. This henchman at the top of the stairs is tough. There's another automatic wielding freak waiting for you. More henchmen show up as the building begins to crumble. This section is more straightforward as there's only 3 enemies. Uh-oh, the cops are after us. Combine that with the slippery road and it makes for a deadly combo. The first death here was from a busted engine. I guess you shouldn't try to repair those while being shot. Huh. The second one was from the cops trapping me on the road. Eventually, I was able to get Henry to El Greco. We have all the money to pay off the debt. What could go wrong for him? Prison. He could go to prison.
Hey, shit for brains. Do what you're fucking told.
I'm gonna mostly skip this chapter. All you need to know is that 18 U.S. Code 2241 was certainly broken in this prison multiple times.
I like your scars, pretty boy.
Some level designer is really fucked up.
Skip ahead 10 years and Vito got out of prison. Problem is, the Irish don't like that. This leads to a chase. They got away, but I believe it's possible to catch up with them if you drive fast enough. Somebody let me know in the comments. Vito asked for help on the phone. Then we meet up with Steve in front of an abandoned bar. It's where the Irish usually meet up. The game wants you to use the Tommy gun to destroy the bar, but you don't have to. I just put my gun away and let the 3 other guys do the shooting. He also wants you to torch the place. I wanted to see if this was necessary as well, and surprisingly, it's not. Marty will throw the Molotov for you. Then we drive to the foundry, where a massive shootout ensues. There's so many greasers you have to take out, and the revolver is kinda ass. I'm not sure why I used it so much. I focused on trying to stay as far back while getting as many headshots as I could. Playing with the controller makes it harder. I was playing the PC port, but using the mouse felt like a cop-out. There were a lot of things to take cover behind, so I used them to my advantage to get past this first arena. I did almost get the Matthew Broderick treatment though. I ate a burger to replenish my health and found the first magazine of this chapter. This area has more aggressive enemies. It's impossible to go more than 3 seconds without taking damage. Both my guns ran out of ammo, but luckily I found some on the ground and continued on. Because of this thick bush, I thought no one else was there.
Oh, my nads.
The number of enemies on screen can be extremely overwhelming. They come at you from every angle. This guy up top can snipe you like an assassin. I got lucky on one attempt. The guy just froze. Maybe he was experiencing war flashbacks. I also managed to get all these guys lined up, which was awesome.
Got a chance, dipshit.
Burn in hell, asshole.
I amazed myself. Nice shot.
I found one magazine here and another here. In Chapter 9, we need to break into a slaughterhouse and rescue 3 guys captured by Luca. I had a strange thing happen to me where I briefly clipped through the floor in a room where a guard is sleeping on the job. After sneaking around, I found Luca. Oh my god, look at his face! The 2 captives break free. Immediately after this door opened, I tried to set the floor on fire, but the bottle bounced off the ground like a toy. I tried again, but for whatever reason, Vito rolled it on the floor and it went too far. After you take those guys out, more drive into the parking lot. I had a smart idea. Throw a grenade at one of the cars. The not so smart part was standing right in front of someone holding a shotgun and hanging out of the side of a speeding vehicle. Damn, that didn't go as planned. The next mission involves the usual gang of idiots blowing up a luxury hotel using TNT Joe somehow acquired. Because we take the TNT in the car with us, Joe wants us to drive slowly. But I didn't want the video to be too long, so I Daytona'd my way there.
Vito, what the fuck are you doing? This thing goes off, we're all dead.
We snuck in, put a few disguises on, planted the explosive, left, found another magazine, and ran to the rooftop. Of course, there are guys up here. This game loves to swarm you with enemies, don't it? Who even shot me here? First, take out everyone you can behind the top rails. The guys on the ground near you are a little easier. Some can even be punched. A cool thing I discovered is that Joe can act as a distraction sometimes, like with these two idiots. Once everyone cleared out, we can find this magazine with a very large-eyed lady. The bomb exploded, but Clemente, our target, chugged a bottle of Pepto and diarrheaed all over the bathroom before the explosion could hit him. You gotta be careful here. The action starts as soon as the cutscene is over. Normally when you take cover, you can avoid taking damage, but this table is made out of wood so weak that bullets can break through it. I shot a few more guys and went down the elevator. Shot some more people, and I choked this guy out for the hell of it. Chapter 11, the chapter I accidentally forgot to record the audio for. Luckily there's not much to talk about. Vito and Joe go to an Irish pub. It wasn't too bad. The area was pretty cramped, so the enemies didn't have many places to hide. I grabbed the last magazine from the mission and left. In Chapter 12, fake cops surround you. Having to shoot with what is essentially a pea shooter through broken wood pieces was becoming frustrating. The enemies were getting much faster, and they took cover way more than they did earlier in the game. It also felt like they had a damage boost. Once I got outside, I started running low on ammo. No one else was carrying revolvers anymore. This meant I had to get as close as possible before shooting, so I didn't waste any bullets. I picked up Alice and Tyler and drove out of there. Chapter 13 begins brutally. I took these guys out John Wick style. Vito notices that Wong, the Chinese mob boss from the last chapter, was behind Henry's demise. This is a simple stay back and stalk mission. For some reason, this happened. This was my 4th time playing this game, and I've never had this happen to me. Is this normal? Anyway, we found their base and started shooting before getting into the elevator, which led me to a secret area of sorts.
There's too many of them. Just take them out nice and quiet. Are you deaf for what? I said we should be quiet.
Sorry, Joe. I gotta make it more entertaining for the viewers. Everyone in the next room was alerted, so I had to dash into an armory where there were grenades and other goodies. Then this happened. Yeah, take this. Joe shoots Wang and we leave immediately, but the cops are already here. Good thing I grabbed some grenades. Perfect. Chapter 14. I bet you've been waiting for this. To make some money for that loan shark, Bruno, I did a favor for another family. Escaping the feds was easy. Just floor your car until you're out of sight. I tried changing my clothes to get rid of the wanted level. This guy just started swinging on me. Somehow I was able to hide from this cop right here, but another guy in the store decided to be a vigilante. Time to head over to Derek's. Let's cut to the chase. This is the worst part of the challenge. The big problem with the pistol is that in the last few chapters it starts to become very weak. It's hard to get headshots, the damage output isn't nearly as good as the shotgun. This is when I decided to start using the Magnum. Its only con is that the reloading and recoil time are terrible. Steve can be killed quickly if he stays far back enough. Get too close and he'll run away. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to beat this part. First, grab the C96 pistol from a dead enemy and run like Sonic into the warehouse. Many people don't know that it takes a while for the enemies to spawn in here. Shoot this guy that comes around the corner immediately. Take cover, then take out the second guy. Because you're under this ceiling, Derek can hurl Molotovs at you from above. Give him a taste of his own medicine by throwing some at him from this angle. If you walk too far out, you'll be shot down. At this point, 2 guys will come down from these stairs. Use your pistol, the C96, and grenades to take them out. Keep throwing grenades or Molotovs at Derek until everyone up there perishes. And if you want to know, yeah, I died around 25 times before I beat this. I looted Derek's retirement fund, but I still needed some more money. I did something I've never done while playing this game. I robbed clothing stores.
Get out of here.
I need to go to Joe's place, but he's captured. And I am too now, apparently. Okay, I killed these guys as loudly as possible, then rushed downstairs.
Let me live, please. That asshole killed him.
You shouldn't have been in this line of work. When you go down the staircase, you have to be careful not to get shotgun blasted. Sometimes this guy will run towards you, even if you stay back. Before you leave the building, a barrage of enemies will attack you from below and across. The trick is to take cover behind this non-destructible wall here and let Joe do all the hard work. Joe got messed up pretty badly and needs a doctor. The definitive edition has a glitch where all the dialogue begins to overlap.
Vito,
Okay. Let's
they
get you over
fucked
to
me
El
up
Greco.
pretty good.
Okay. Let's get you
Think
over
I
to
need
El
a
Greco.
doctor.
After Joe gets dropped off at El Greco, I gave Bruno his money. And then the game froze during the loading screen. So I had to play the entire chapter again. Alright, let's finish this. It's the last chapter. As these enemies run down the stairs, shoot them ASAP. In retrospect, I probably should have used more grenades here. If you stay behind cover, these idiots will just run into your bullets. The ones who are hiding can be shot in the arm. When I entered the museum and did a little CQC, some bullets started raining down on me. It took an embarrassing amount of time for me to realize they were coming from above. I slowly crawled up these stairs and blew everyone's head off. You're never too old to be distracted by large telescopes. Damn, dude, don't be such a buzzkill. Oof, this is rough. The enemies down there are relentless. The easiest way I found to get past this is to stay as high on the stairway as possible while you're shooting. It may take a long time, especially when your bullets go right through the targets, but at least you'll be alive. The boss fight was disappointingly underwhelming. I just slinged all the grenades the game gave me and every enemy was obliterated. Oh hey, there's the last magazine. Huh, where's Carlo? Found him. I honestly think the most difficult part of the fight was trying to find Carlo. Subscribe if you liked the video and want to see any other cuckoo ideas I have for future videos. Goodbye.